morning, truck drivers. Let's take it out on easy on this road. Let's sip this fuel. Let's not get in a hurry. Let's not pick these low-paying loads. I'm seeing some loads on the load boards that ain't about shit. You got to go 400 miles, but they don't want to pay but $700. And worse than that, you got to go 1,000 miles, but they don't want to pay for $400. Who's picking these loads? The people picking these loads, evidently, they trying to get to those. They trying to get that. They need to go to that place anyway. They need to go to that location anyway. That's the only reason you pick some, but that's not even worth it. If the pay is not double the miles, I'm not picking it. We got these drivers out here, got these trucks, man. They got these brand new trucks. They paying $12,000 a week. They picking and they getting what they can, and I understand that, but shit, if I got to do all that, I'm gonna stay out the game. If I got to pay $12,000, that's not $12,000 a week in the trucking game to put on the damn truck these days. I don't need no truck that bad. You know what I mean? I don't understand that. These low-paying loads, we need to stop picking. If the minimum I will take, if I got to go 100 miles, I at least want 200 plus. Because I'm not getting all that money. The company I'm running under, they want 30%. Then I have fuel to pay for, and truck maintenance. And it's 2025. Shit. I'm not gonna run dollar for mile. You can't do that. So I'd rather sit or go bankrupt before I get anything. I'm not gonna take anything below. The pay is gonna be double plus whatever the miles is, or I'll sit. You know what I mean? Shit, I go bankrupt. Shit, I didn't come out here. I remember I used to tell them before. I didn't come out here to get played. I come out here to get paid. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could get rid of my apartment and save all that money up, but I done bought too much shit put in that apartment. It could go in storage. I could put it in storage for later. Now that's an option. And put all that money in the bank and pay off all my bills. You know what I mean? That would be good. That would be good. Anyway, I had a driver come up on my, I seen in my comments on one of my videos about how to get your truck out of full D-rate sitting on the side of the highway without the tow truck. He said, OMG, I've been sitting here all day long, not knowing how I'm going to pay to get this truck fixed. He was in D-rate because of his DEF system. His particulate filter was clogged up. He said he didn't know how he was going to pay to get it fixed. He just been sitting there all day. I guess he didn't even call no tow truck or anything. He hadn't even called no tow truck because he knew he couldn't pay for it. He knew if he'd have called somebody to fix it, he wouldn't have been able to fix it, and he'd have lost his truck. So I guess he just started to the YouTubes. He started to get on YouTube and try out my trick that I learned as a mechanic, and it worked for him. And I was glad to see that it worked for him, and he's on down the road. I've also seen a lot of comments. People say you can pull the ECM fuses for the ABS sensor or speed sensor, and that'll take you out of D-rate. There's a lot of comments. You guys should check that video out and read the comments. People have there's other ways to get your truck out of D-rate to bypass the DPF so you can get down the road. Pull your speed sensors down under the truck, or pull the ABS sensor fuse in the dash. That way the truck can't read your speed sensor fuse or the ABS sensor fuse, one of them. I have to go back and read the comments. But read the comments, stay in the comments to see you pull your speed sensor or your ABS sensor or something, and that way the ECM cannot read how fast you're going, and it'll let you go on down the road. You know, I wish I had enough subscribers so I could reap the benefits of having 60,000 people viewing my video and having YouTube putting commercials on my videos, but I'm not getting paid for it. But I can't reap the benefits of that because I don't have enough subscribers. Oh well. Anyway, man, I had last night, I pulled at this truck stop here. I went to a driver wanted to park beside me. I told him, no, don't do that. I'm parked over in the corner trying to keep people from hitting my truck. And here on my driver's side, there's a loading dock ramp that goes downhill. There's a business down in a valley behind me, and there's a loading dock beside me. They take deliveries. A car has to back down this ramp. I told the driver, don't park next to me because there's a loading dock there. And and not only him, but there was another driver. When I had my curtains closed, he came and parked beside me while I had my curtains closed. I opened my curtains. I come look at my truck. My mirrors is moved. I thought somebody had hit me. I can't see where nobody hit me, but I seen both of my mirrors was moved. Even my hood mirror was moved, but I couldn't see any damage on my truck. I'm just glad whoever it was didn't damage my truck. The guy that was sitting beside me, he was pulling the JB Hunt 360 trailer, so he was pulling JB Hunt freight, but he wasn't a JB Hunt IC. Maybe he was jealous. He wasn't getting paid like I'm getting paid. He don't know I'm not getting paid that good myself. And Oy was the guy who, he thought I was player hating on him because I didn't want him parked beside me. Anyway, I'm glad I didn't get no damage. They were just, whoever was just pushed on my mirror, moved my mirrors and shit, you know. I don't know, man. This is why I'm, you know, I come in. If you park after 1800, you're gonna have a hard time finding a place to park. So this little mom and pop store, they got a nice parking lot back here. I'm parked back here. But I like to park at the Loves of the Pilot, at the prepaid parking. You know, the guys go park over at the prepaid parking, you know, because, you know, they don't want nobody, they figure it's safe over there. They don't want nobody messing with them or hitting their truck. People that park at the prepaid parking, even when there's plenty of parking spots. I park there because I don't want nobody. There's plenty of more space trying to keep from getting my truck damaged. You know, so now I see why I said I was going to stop parking at prepaid parking. But not after last night. Let's see what happened to my truck last night. I can't find any damage, but both of my mirrors were smooth. So I'm just glad I wasn't damaged. I'm going to get my ass on out the road out of town. So, yeah, man. In the summertime, I'm going to give you guys another tip. Don't buy washer fluid. All you need is water and dish soap. Dawn dish liquid. Put about 2 ounces in your reservoir on top of the water, maybe even 3 or 4. But I put about 2 or 3 ounces. I put about 3 or 4 ounces of Dawn dish soap in my washer fluid reservoir with water. You can do that in the summertime all day long, and it beats the hell out of washer fluid. Washer fluid ain't nothing but a game, a scam. Except in the wintertime, you got to buy washer fluid in the wintertime because you got to have something that doesn't freeze. But water and dish soap will keep the bugs off your window a lot better than any washer fluid. But in the wintertime, you got to have something that's not going to freeze. You know, so I don't know. I put antifreeze. I'm gonna be putting antifreeze in my washer fluid or something cheap. I'm gonna buy some washer fluid, you know, but I might top it. I'll get a little antifreeze and put some antifreeze on top of it. I put antifreeze in mine. Washer fluid alone is not gonna stay fluid in the wintertime. It's gonna freeze. it's gonna freeze. You got to put something in there on top of it, and then I put a antifreeze in there on top of mine in the winter time. I got to load test my batteries. I got a load tester. I got to get myself ready for the winter. I already checked the pH on my antifreeze. Man, this old dog about to get down this road, man. I got the dog on the hood. He watching the street for me. He gonna be watching the highway for me. I'm finna get my tail on down the road, man. Y'all take it easy out there on that road. Creative Ride Shotgun with us out here on this road. I'll holler at you later.